Hello my darling YouTube friends, welcome back to my kitchen. It's Wednesday afternoon at about 2:45 and I've been waiting for days and days and days to have a chance to make this video. About maybe 4 or 5 days ago I decided I was in a really blue and white mood, so I started digging around to see what I had for the babies. Oh, I see, Lottie's had her feet cut off. Let me see if I can do something about that. That's very annoying. I have to think which direction to go in, don't I? There we go. Hope that's okay. At least we can see it, her feet. Yeah, so I decided I was just in a blue and white mood, and so I dressed Lottie first, and then I hunted for the little twins to see what I had, and this is what I've come up with. But that was, yeah, it was probably 5 days ago, and things have just been, well, just, you know, lots been going on in my little world, because obviously the part of me that you see is just a little part of what goes on in my world. As you know, I have lots of grandchildren and family and work and all of that kind of stuff, friends and things. So it seems that videos just have to get tucked in whenever they can. And sometimes I have time at night, but you know, I'm a morning person and I'm better in the mornings, and actually being Wednesday for me, this is like morning, because I've been to work overnight last night. I think I had 4 or 4.5 hours sleep, so I feel like it's morning, although I don't feel that good. But anyway, so yes, I thought I'd fit this video in before I have to go to a meeting this afternoon at about 3 I have to go. It's a meeting at our local council. I'm on one of their committees, the Access Committee, and yeah, so we only meet once a month, and it's always a Wednesday, which is such a pain in the neck, because it means I have to get up and get ready and scrubbed and polished to go out. But anyway, that's what I do. So I thought, let's take this opportunity to say hello to everybody. Hello to my new subscribers. I welcome you with open arms, and I'm amazed that you have found me. I'm just amazed with all those channels out there, but I appreciate you so much. It's exciting when I get a new subscriber or two. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy my videos. I was going to say crazy videos, but hopefully they're not too crazy. It might just be me that's crazy. So anyway, back to the drawing board. It's Wednesday afternoon, as I said, and it's actually a hot day. Because spring is here, and in spring we go from hot to cold, and then medium, and hot, cold, medium, like that. Not necessarily in that order. So today is a hot day. I think they said it was going to be 28. So in the house it's not hot. It's just very hot outside. But beautiful, and sun shining, and you know, very nice. Yesterday was perfect. Yesterday was 23. It was just, and this is Celsius, by the way. 23 degrees C, and that's just my perfect temperature. It was beautiful. I had my hair cut in the morning, thank goodness, because it was getting, I don't know if it happens to you guys, but what happens to me is it goes, excuse me, this is still my morning voice I'm using. It goes from being fine one day to being ridiculous the next day. And I don't know how it does that. It just reaches a point, and then it's just, oh, who wants to look at me like that? Well, I don't. I certainly don't want to look at myself like that. It was really flat on top with crazy curls sticking out the sides. It was just awful. Anyway, so I got my hair cut in the morning, and I'm happy with that. I have a very nice girl who cuts it. She's just local, and it's easy. I just nip up the road and she cuts it and I come home. Anyway, after that, Jen and I went and had coffee together and did some fruit market shopping, and we had such a good time. And let me tell you, I succumbed to peer pressure, and we pinched 2 grapes each, and I felt so naughty, and we also pinched 2 Brazil nuts each. And so I've never ever done that before, but we were just mucking around, and Jen said, come on, so I did. So I understand about peer group pressure now. And I didn't even feel guilty. It was just fun. Hopefully they factor that into their prices, that 2 crazy old ladies go around and pinch bits of grapes and nuts. So anyway, we had fun. We had a really good time and sat for coffee over a couple of hours and just chatted and stuff. So it was lovely. Okay, so that was yesterday. And then something else. What else did I do in the afternoon? I can't remember. Anyway, and then I went to work, and here we are now. So let me tell you about their blue and white outfits. I think they look absolutely adorable actually. Before I do that, why don't I talk about this rattle to make sure I don't forget. This gorgeous rattle. It rattles. And there it is. I'm showing this specially because Yvonne, from Having You On, bought herself one at the Kansas Doll Show. Very similar, not identical, similar. And so I said to her I'd show this one. It's a brand called, let me see if I can read that. No, I can't. I think it's Plaide. Plaid. Okay, that's the brand. It's old. It's a vintage one. It's very sweet. Oh, that's better. On the back it says Plakie, I think. Plakie. Let's see if that's what it really says on the front. Yes, that is what it says on the front. Plakie. Plakie. So that's the brand. And I've seen, like Yvonne has similar but different. And I think there are a fair few versions of this little one. This is the original ribbon on there. That's why it looks a bit dodgy. But it's very cute and it rattles. So that's for Yvonne, to show her my rattle. I'll just give that back to Lottie so she doesn't cry. Because she's awake. She's listening to me talking. Thank goodness she decided not to cry while naughty mummy took your rattle, but you were a good girl. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that, my little sausage, eh? So, okay, let's start with Lottie. Her outfit is an interesting one, actually, because it looks like two pieces, doesn't it? Looks like this is a little top over some leggings, but actually it's all one piece. Can you see that? It goes that stripy number goes all the way to the top, and then this is sewn over the top. So the leg part and the underneath body part, excuse me, which looks like a, oh my goodness, I'm sorry about my throat. Come on, wake up throat, you can talk. So yes, this underneath gross suit part is a navy and white fine stripes, and around the edges it's got the sweetest, I don't know if you can see that, the sweetest little edging. It's beautiful little tiny scallop trim edging on her ankles, and actually it's around her wrists too, and it is around the neck. It's a bit hard to see that. So over the top of that secret sort of not quite baby grow is an overlay of white with navy blue spots. Looks like a little blouse. It's got long sleeves and it's elasticated around the wrists. And it's very simple. It does up at the back with one popper, and then the rest is open. So that's an interesting outfit, and that is by Absorber. And on her head she's wearing a navy blue bonnet. And so that's my Lottie. She has nothing on her feet because I didn't want to cover the feet, so her little feet are bare. And then next in the middle we have little Pippa. Here she is. She's fast asleep, and look at her hand. Look what she's doing to Lottie. I think she's trying to reach. There is a little pom-pom on the top of Lottie's head, and I think that's what Pippa was reaching for before she fell asleep. Lottie doesn't seem to mind. Fingers crossed, we're getting away with it. So what Pippa is wearing is a little long-sleeved bodysuit that crosses over at the front, which you can't really see. It's a bit hard, isn't it? But there it is. It's crossing over at the front. It's a bit tricky to show you. And it is white with navy stripes, and very simple and plain. And it is by Petit Bateau. That's right. I bought this many years ago, actually 7 years ago, while I was in France. I was staying on an island with the group that I was with. It was a doll tour, and we were on an island. It was fantastic, and there was a bridge over like a canal, and anyway, there was a lovely shop on the island, a little baby boutique, but they seemed to close down for a siesta type break in the middle of the day, and that was the time I had spare to, when we weren't looking at doll museums. And so I kept going back and forth across this little bridge to the shop, hoping that any moment she would open. Eventually she did. I think it was much later in the day that I was able to go back. And she spoke no English, and I don't speak French, except I can say baguette and bonjour and things like that. But I don't speak French. So I had fun in that shop, and I bought up lots of these little bodysuits. I bought what she had because at the time I think I was a grandchild was about to be born, or someone was pregnant, you know, that kind of thing. So I bought them, and I didn't give them all to the children. I kept a few. Maybe the sizes and colours weren't the right thing. But anyway, so that's what my little Pippa's wearing. And on her head she has a hand-knitted navy bonnet actually. It's an Etsy purchase from a long time ago, and Jonty actually has the same bonnet, so I bought 2 of them. They have several bonnets like that I bought from Etsy because I can, you know, ask for them to be quite small, and so they fit their heads perfectly. Lottie doesn't have that same problem because, as you can see, her head is bigger because she's a bigger girl. Not because you're vain, sweetheart. It's okay. I didn't mean you had a big head. It's all right. Don't worry. Please don't cry. I'm getting through this video very successfully. We don't need you upset, do we? Hey? No. Okay, so we've done Lottie, we've done Pippa, and now on to Jonty in this gorgeous outfit. This is a long sleeve 2-piece outfit, and it's a cream, so the girls have white, but I thought the cream was still okay. And it's a really interesting material. It's sort of quilted, but quilted just in straight lines. It's puffy and it's a little bit thick, but it's not actually padded, so it's not strictly speaking quilted. Up the middle it's got a straight panel that's got the most gorgeous navy blue stitching up either edge. I think that might be called feather stitching, but that's just a guess. And then there's a Peter Pan collar in plain cream, and there are proper turned back cuffs on the sleeves in plain cream as well. That's how it was made. And then look at his cute little shorts. They're navy in the same kind of, well, what I call quilting, but isn't really quilting. And they've got, I think, do they have buttons on the side? Oh, they have little buttons at the top. See, two tiny little navy blue buttons on that side and on the other side. So that's his outfit, and that is by Larangina, which is a gorgeous brand as well, and it fits him perfectly. The babies wear size 50 in European sizing, and that fits them perfectly. Or newborn. That seems European newborn anyway. To fit them here, I need to buy 5 zeros. That fits these 2 really well, the twins. So Pippa is twin B and Jonty is twin A. Here, twin A is the one with the open mouth, so he can suck his thumb. There is his little mouth, but he does like to put a thumb in, and it keeps him pretty quiet. And twin B has an open mouth, but only a little bit open. And Lottie is the Marianne Sculpt by Natalie Blick, and I reborned all these 3. And I have something else to show you, but I might just go and get that, and I'll be back in half a second. So this is the other thing I wanted to show you. This is the teddy that I was given about when I was born, or when I was very little, certainly earlier than I can remember. And this is my beautiful, beautiful teddy that I've always had. And I just wanted to bring him on to show Susan from Susan KJ88, because she showed her original teddy. I think, was his name, was that Bill? Could have been. Anyway, this is my teddy, and my teddy is called Tedco. Now, isn't that imaginative, I tell you? So this is Tedco, who I absolutely love so much. Now, Tedco is still in pretty good condition considering he's 60-something years old. He's got beautiful brown and black glass eyes. His nose has been repaired by my mum a long time ago, because I guess he probably had this the same patch on his nose as his little paws do, which is I don't know if it's actual, I don't think it's real leather, I think it's pretend leather on his paws. All 4 paws have that on there. And this one's a bit worn out. This little paw, see, that's a bit worn out. Maybe I used to hold that one more than the others. But anyway, so that is Tedco, and listen to what Tedco can say. Did you hear that? I'll do it again. There he is. There's my Tedco with a hole in his jammies. Oh, Tedco. Can you see a little hole in the back there? Oh dear. Anyway, let me fix him up. I'll sit him back up. I'll tell you a little bit about this outfit, because It was made by my grandmother, who actually was a brilliant seamstress. And it was made, I don't know how many of you can remember, but there was a time where there was no such thing as a stretch fabric. It just didn't exist. Everything was sort of cotton or wool or what else? You know, that kind of natural fibres. Nothing with this kind of stretch to it. So this is just a normal what we would call t-shirt material now, like a jersey. And it was very, very, very special, this outfit. She made him his own jammies. And I was just blown away because I'd never seen this material and it was newly out. So she made Tedco these jammies, and actually he's been wearing them ever since. So that was a long time ago that they were made. I don't remember the year that this material came out, but it was ages ago. So Tedco's ears are still in pretty good nick. He's still got some good fur in there. I used to love this bit between his eyes. I used to stroke that. It's very soft. There's still a bit of hair there, which is good, but his forehead's lost most of his hair. He's still beautiful, isn't he? Now, the reason he's still got his crier is it's not his original crier, because that didn't work anymore. His growler, I should call it. It didn't work anymore, and so a long time ago, I took him to a doll's hospital here in Sydney and asked if they could please replace his growler for me. Of course, now I could do that myself, and I probably wouldn't. But when I left him with them, it was very difficult, and I asked, please don't put him in a plastic bag, because he can't breathe if he's in a plastic bag. Just put him in a paper bag or wrap him in paper. And I asked for them to keep the original growler, because it's original to him and I wanted it. Anyway, of course they didn't keep the growler, and of course they put him in plastic. So let me tell you, I wasn't impressed, because they of all people should understand how we feel about our dolls and our soft toys. But anyway, luckily Tedco survived, and he's here to tell the tale. Let me see if he'll talk again. Yes, he's very good. Let me just see. Come on, Tedco. One more. One more. Now there he is. A little one while I was talking. He's only doing little ones now. But anyway, that's exactly what he used to sound like. So I'm quite satisfied. And they stitched him up well up the back. So you can't really tell that he's had, well, I was going to say open heart surgery, but it was more like open back surgery. So that I just wanted to come on and show you my beautiful boy. He's lovely, isn't he? Well, I think he is. With his imaginative Tedco name. He's gorgeous. I just keep the jammies on now because I figure that's a bit of extra protection. I don't play with him. He sits in one of my display cabinets. But every now and again I just talk to him. My brother had a bear as well. We were both given a bear. But Paul was, he just loved his bear, as I did mine, but I'm a more careful person maybe. And Paul's bear was just completely, had no fur left on it, and sort of disintegrating a bit. And I looked after that bear for him for many, many years until he was married and settled. And then I gave the bear to him and his wife to look after. So yes, that's the story of my bear and my brother's bear. I think they were both from my grandmother. The same grandmother who made this, who's my mother's mother, who made these gorgeous yellow jammies. And actually Paul's bear had, I think they were turquoise jammies, and they had striped material around the neck, and I think around the sleeves as well. So that would have been some sort of ribbing. This is ribbing, but it's not very effective ribbing because it looks pretty stretched out. But it really was very early when stretch materials just came in. They actually revolutionised everything, didn't they? Because until then we used to wear button-up shirts and, nothing as casual as a t-shirt, which is now just everything's made of jersey-type fabric, isn't it? It's easy, and you don't have to, it's much easier to look after as far as washing and ironing and all that goes. So I might end it there, because guess what? It's 3 o'clock. I've got to go to my meeting. I'll upload this when I get home. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back to my crazy channel and Crazy Me and looking at my babies and my Tedco. It's been lovely to have you here. Really, really nice. I hope that your weather is okay where you are and that you're all okay. And so hopefully I'll see you soon. I'll fit in a video whenever I can. And so in the meantime, everyone, take care and be kind to each other. See you soon. Bye bye.